Good morning. Happy Monday. We are continuing today with the next chapter from this book, Finished by Jon Acuff. If you haven't gotten a copy yet, I still really recommend that you do. It is a fantastic book and will help you as we're going through this summer trying to reach our goals. The next section is called Choose What to Bomb. I love this part because it's made such a big difference in our life. We've been doing this for years, and reading it in this book was very affirming, very confidence building because, like I said, we've been doing it, we've seen a lot of success, and it'll make a lot of sense to you after we talk about it. So, choose what to bomb. We talked about a couple of the lies of perfectionism already. In the beginning, when you start to embrace a goal or even consider a goal, perfectionism will tell you you can't do it. You're not good enough, you're not thin enough, you're not strong enough, your teeth aren't white enough, you have too many kids, you don't have enough kids. There are lots of reasons that you will come up with that tell you that you just can't do whatever it is that you want to do. But then once you embrace it, once you decide you're going to go for the goal anyway, then perfectionism tells you to go big or go home. That's not worth even attempting if you can't do it like 200% and be absolutely perfect in every aspect of it. Well, this is another lie of perfectionism. This new lie is that you can do it all. You don't have to pick and choose. You can do this goal and this goal and this goal and this goal. You can work full time, volunteer at your kids' school, have hobbies, keep your marriage happy and thriving, have 25 kids, adopt a few extras, whatever it is. You can do everything and you don't need any help. Well, that's a lie. You cannot do everything. There's just not enough time in the day. Just like there's not enough money in your bank account to do everything you want to do, go on every vacation you want to go on, buy every toy you want. Money and time are the same. You have to budget them. And if you cannot afford to do all the things you want to do with your money, you definitely can't afford to do all the things you want to do with your time. So you have to choose what not to do or choose what to bomb. You may think that, or you may feel a little ashamed thinking about this idea that you have to say no to things, that you have to turn people down, that you have to, put down some of the balls you're trying to juggle. But that's where the perfectionism is lying to you. You're better off purposely choosing what to put down, what to fail at, what to ignore, and then actually focus on the goals that matter. So we have two options. You can choose to attempt to do more than is humanly possible and most likely fail at everything, or you can strategically choose what to be bad at and then actually succeed in the things that matter. And if you listen to any personal development, read any personal development, talk to any really successful person, either way up here in the on the ladder, like millionaires, billionaires, owners of giant corporations, CEOs, and things like that, or just someone who's really successful in life, they'll tell you the same thing. They have all come to the conclusion they need to choose what to suck at, or in this case, what to bomb. We as a family, oh bless you. Okay, let's talk about it a little bit. So as a couple, we are newlyweds. Jacob and I sat down one night and decided on what our top priorities are. Sorry, I'm really sleepy. My almost 3-year-old last night woke up in the middle of the night and would not go back to sleep until I sat in a room over your back for like an hour and a half. So I am really sleepy today. But it's not gonna get me down. Life goes on. So as a newlywed couple, we had decided on 5 things that are most important to us. Those are our top 5 priorities, and nothing else would get in the way of those 5 priorities. And if those 5 priorities were being met regularly, then we could consider doing other things. But we weren't going to go beyond that scope for any reason unless all 5 of those things were being really well taken care of. Since we have a bigger family now, we've expanded those things. We have a list of 7 things. They're family relationships, our religion, our finances and estate planning, our careers or education, since Jacob's been a perpetual student, education, career, same thing, health and fitness, our hobbies, and our friendships. Some of those have like subcategories, like with the family one, that includes relationships with our kids, that That includes our relationship as a couple and our, dates and intimacy. That includes relationships with extended family, doing our family history, that sort of thing. So they're kind of all encompassing. But we have those 7 things that are the most important to us. And if we are not taking care of those things, then nothing else gets in the way. And if someone asks us to do something, or we think, hey, this would be a great idea, if it conflicts with any of those things, if it'll keep us from focusing on any of those things, then it's gone. We don't even consider it. So some of the things that we've chosen to bomb, laundry. We gave up on laundry a long time ago. Well, at least I wash and dry the laundry, but putting it away, making it nice and pretty, folding things and making sure the kids' drawers look nice and everything. No, I don't do that at all. That is a waste of my time, and it keeps me from doing more important things. Floors. Our floors are always pretty gross. If I know a baby's coming to our house, like a little one that actually crawls on the floor and stuff, then I will sweep and mop and disinfect. But at this point in my life, I have my kids sweep the floor, my 2 older ones, my almost 9-year-old, almost 7-year-old, and they suck at it. They're not good. They're getting better all the time, but until they get really good at it, we have crumbs on the floor. We also have ants that come into the house through our garage because there are so many crumbs on the floor all the time, and we just sweep up the ants along with the crumbs. Judge me if you want to, but it doesn't matter to me that there's stuff on the floor. I mean, it's irritating, but that's something I can live with. I can choose to bomb that. Another thing is plants. I have tried over and over again to keep plants alive. I'm really grateful the house we bought already had an existing sprinkler system and drip lines, because I am bad at keeping plants alive. My priority is keeping children alive. And so the plants, no, I just can't. My kids bring home those sweet little marigolds and stuff at the end of each school year, and they're dead within a week because I forget to water them. And that's okay. I choose to bomb gardening and plants. We also bomb TV and pop culture. We do not have cable. We do not have any form of television except Netflix or DVDs. So if there's a show that's on TV that's new, I don't even know about it. My mom and my sister, they're always telling me these things they're watching, and I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know what Game of Thrones is. I don't know what, I never watched, what was the other one? The zombie apocalypse one. I don't know. We don't watch TV. We watch a handful of cartoons that we really like. And our kids watch TV for maybe half an hour to an hour a day, and that's it. But we bomb those sorts of things. So anyway, so you can choose either to feel shameful for not being able to do everything, or you can be strategic and embrace it. A lot of people will take on too much, get burnt out, and then quit everything they're trying to do, give up on all of their goals, throw their arms up the air, and assume that they just can't do it. But that's not the truth. It's a shame, because if they just put down the one straw that broke the camel's back, then they could get so much more accomplished. So find that one straw and put it down. Maybe it's actually 10 straws, depending on how you live your life right now. And just put those things down. Just, for a time and season, just don't care about it and focus on the things that really do matter, the things that really do drive you and will help your whole life to improve and get better. When you decide in advance what you're going to be bad at, it really does become humorous, lighthearted. Everyone can kind of enjoy it and jokingly, enjoy making fun of you over it. I don't know. So Darren Hardy's one of my favorite entrepreneurial role models, kind of personal development guy. He calls himself a high achiever, and that's cool. He tells everyone that he sucks at golf, and that's because he spends time on his business, on his enterprises, and had on his family and things like that. He doesn't put time into golf. So every time that they have a retreat and things like that, and everyone wants to play golf, he is the life of the party because he stinks at it, and everyone can enjoy the fact that he stinks at it, but he's so good at other things. You got to find your niche and ignore the rest. But not everything can be ignored. Hold on just a minute. So, case in point, I couldn't ignore him. He has actually helped me to find something, and he found it, so that's cool. See, that's me delegating, not doing it myself, saving time and focusing on what really matters. And that's what taking care of you guys. So how do you decide what you can bomb and what you can't? Well, there are lots of things in life you cannot ignore. Things like, checking your phone messages and email. Things like cooking, dishes, laundry, taking your kids to school. There are lots of unimportant but necessary things we have to do in life that we cannot just drop, because everyone has to eat, everyone needs clean clothes. The house has to be at least sanitary. There are responsibilities we have we cannot drop. So how do we choose the ones that we can bomb at and the ones that we need to keep going? Well, in the book, Jon Acuff suggests to use the stoplight approach. So there are tasks and behaviors that are definitely green lights. Green lights will push you forward, propel you towards your goals, be helpful, make things easier for you. Those are the things you need to do and never give up. Things like food prep, meal planning, if you're doing To Be Mindset, weighing in every day and making sure you're tracking your food, those things take time, but if you quit them, you're not going to succeed. So keep those things going, fuel those, put your energy into those. And then there are behaviors that are like red light behaviors that are taking you farther away from your goals, slowing you down, keeping you from succeeding. Things like scrolling through social media. That's a time sink, a big waste sometimes. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. Going out late with friends so that you're groggy the next day and feel kind of hungover, whether you drank or not, and they keep you from being able to push forward the next day and make progress in your goals. Bringing home a big box of donuts if you're trying to lose weight. There are things that you need to be avoiding to be able to push yourself forward. Well, those things are pretty obvious. Like me trying to keep plants alive. It's just not going to make my life any easier. It's only a distraction and added stress. Get rid of it. Just put those things away for now. And it doesn't have to be forever. It can just be for a time and a season while you're working towards this goal. And then you can pick it up again and maybe make that your goal too. We'll talk about that later. And then there are things kind of in the middle. They're like yellow lights where, they're kind of not really in the way, but they're not really helping. Those things are really good candidates for just scaling back and simplifying. So I think of a lot of my yellow lights are things like having play dates with the kids. We love play dates. It's a lot of fun. I love opening my house to other people, especially stressed out moms who just need to get away from their kids for a time. But if we do it every single day, it slows me down and it becomes an obstacle. If we do it once a week, it's totally fine because I can just, schedule my one day to just pay attention to the kids and maybe get a couple of piddly things done that I've been waiting to do, like decluttering something. I can do that while I referee the little kids playing. Things like cooking. I love to cook. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes it's very adventurous for me. I like trying new things. I like trying new recipes. I love to eat. But if I plan out too many complicated meals in a week, I'm not going to end up cooking them anyway. So then I just waste the groceries, waste the money. I don't spend the time, and then we're all hungry and grumpy all week long. So I scale back and simplify most of our meals. If I'm going to make a new recipe, I usually do it on Sundays when my husband's home to at least help corral the kids, if not help actually make the meal. And then we get to have a better balance. Things like social activities. Well, we're finding that in our life we've scaled back too far on social activities, so we're actually trying to amp that up. That's a green light thing for us, but maybe for you it's a red light thing, or at least hanging around with specific people if they're kind of toxic, or if they're downers, or if they are deterring you from reaching your goals. Then maybe you scale back on the time you spend with them and the emotional investment you give to them during this phase when you're trying to reach your goal. It doesn't have to be forever. I apologize. I keep pausing to blow my nose because when I'm sleepy, my nose gets all mucusy, and you don't need to see that. So I suggest you make a list of all of your tasks for today, for this week, for the upcoming foreseeable future, however far in advance you plan things out, and go through that list of things that you're hoping to accomplish or wanting to do, and label each thing, whether it's red, yellow, or green, and you'll find things that maybe you hadn't really considered before that are holding you back or pushing you forward, and just label them. And if it's somewhere in the middle, then consider scaling back or simplifying so that you can make more time for the actions and behaviors that are going to push you forward and help you to have more success. And once you get past the guilt, choosing what to bomb actually can be very fun. like I talked about before, like with Darren Hardy in the golf, or like me in pop culture. I openly make fun of myself and broadcast. I have no clue what's going on in pop culture. If you ask me who a celebrity is, I'm like, was she in Harry Potter? Because I watch those movies, but if they're not there, I probably don't know who she is. Was she in Star Wars? No? Okay, then I don't care. I only pay attention to the couple of franchises that I like, and everything else just goes out the window. I usually, those things we do as a couple or as a family anyway, so, you know, it's just a handful of things. It's got to be kid friendly, you know, whatever. You get the point. I bomb a lot of stuff on purpose, and that's one of the things that makes me successful in the things that I've been trying to do, because I can then focus on what's most important and push for those things. So your homework today is to use the red, green, and yellow light approach to come up with at least 3 things that you can bomb, even if it's just temporarily, or things you can simplify, and potentially even a relationship or 2 you need to scale back from so that you can reach your goals. Okay, have a fantastic Monday, and I will see you around soon.